So 2 years ago, I decided to go to Norway for the second time. I decided to go work on this farm. It's like a farm. It's like mostly animals. This is in the winter, full of animals. So alpacas, chickens, dogs. And I met these two people there online through this website called Oleg and Ola, Norwegian couple. They're in their 60s. So I just confidently went there and just decided to meet them and then just get on with it. Spend 2 months in this random farm in the middle of northern Norway. I thought, you know what, this would be amazing. I can see the northern lights, I can live in the mountains, snow, practice Norwegian. It sounds great, right? It should have been one of the greatest moments of my life. 2 months in Norway before I go backpacking somewhere hotter. But that wasn't the case, because 6 days later, I packed up my bags and left. Just to give a quick brief description of what I had to do was I had to, every morning there was a schedule. I had to clean out the animals, muck them out, hay, straw, whatever. Do the horses, I had to do certain things. In the daytime, like lunch shift, I had to put some straw in or hay or some shit like that. And in the evening, I'd do another list of tasks. And I had to do that every day, 5 days a week. There were so many instructions, so many things to do. Like, how on earth can I memorize all this in a short amount of time? So one evening, this was the day before, Oleg and Ola had to go away for the weekend and leave me alone so then I can look after the animals whilst they were gone. One evening, I was in my room, in my bed. Oleg comes into my room and he starts to have a go at me because I didn't do this properly. I did this, I didn't put hay in the animals, and I shut the gate and I shouldn't have shut the gate, and he was shouting at me like, you are not up to the task, you are not up to the task. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? He left the room and he's like, okay, yeah, sure, sorry about that. And I remember being sat up for 20 minutes just thinking, what the fuck? I have volunteered all around the world, I've done jobs around the world. Not once has someone come into my room and had a go at me for not doing the job properly. Not once. And I'm thinking, where the fuck, what the fuck am I doing? I'm in the middle of Norway, in the middle of nowhere, and I'm being shouted at for not doing my job properly. And I really was trying. There were so many instructions. I just didn't understand certain things and why. And I'm in the middle of nowhere, living with these two 60-year-olds, Oleg and Ola. And Oleg just had a go at me. You can imagine how anxious I felt. I'd never felt so anxious in my life. Just being in that house. It was horrible. I sit and have dinner with them. Why am I here? So Oleg and Ola went away for the weekend and left me to it. I then decided I am not spending more time here. I can't spend 2 months here, not after that. And how fucking dare he? No, I am not spending more time here. I need to leave. So I sent Oleg and Ola a message in a group chat. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, blah, blah, blah. I'm leaving. And they understood, like, yep, I'm sorry that this ended this way. So here I am. I've got 2 more days left, essentially, because they've gone away. I can't just abandon their animals. If they were in the house, I'd have just packed up and just walked off. But I didn't want to leave their animals. So I said, I'll finish looking after the animals for the next 2 days. But then after that, I'm leaving. I've already booked a flight, which I had. And they understood. They eventually got back into the house. I'm walking outside the house, still freaking out, anxious as anything, like I'm about to be shouted at. Or eventually I went back into the house. They were downstairs, but before I could go upstairs, Ola wanted to talk to me. She's confused as to what went wrong, but it says on the website I signed up to, why are you leaving? Why this? Why that? I think Oleg didn't say anything. I think he felt bad about shouting at me. And I then said to her that I was autistic. I'm on the spectrum, and I struggle with instructions, which is true. Again, I don't tell people because I never feel like I have to, but it's true. I do struggle with instructions. And then it all made sense to her. I wish you would have told us, she said. I wish you would have told us. And Oleg agreed, I wish I would have told them. So look, I struggle with instructions. I'm doing my best. Just please go slowly, help me, and I'll do my best. The next day, Ola took me to the nearest bus stop so I can then go to the airport. And we ended on good terms, to be fair. Oleg shook my hand and said everything you'd done was lovely. I think he felt guilty for shouting at me. So we parted on good terms. I was there 6 days. I was supposed to be there for 2 months, but I was there for 6 days. And if I had been honest with them at the very beginning, look, I am a bit spicy, or I'm on the spectrum of autism, whatever. I struggle with instructions, but once I learn. I really learn. But I do initially struggle with instructions, so please be a little bit patient with me. If I'd have said that right at the very beginning, before I even met them, if I'd have said that, then maybe I would have had a completely different experience in Norway. I would have stayed there for 2 months, seen the northern lights, blah, blah, blah. Life's great. But instead I left. So the reason why I'm telling you this story. So should you tell people about your isms or your disabilities? In this context, yes. I should have told them straight away, I struggle with instructions. I've always struggled with instructions. That's just my thing. When someone asks me to go and get something, my brain's like, oh, fuck. Okay. Top shelf, left. What's it? That's just me. I struggle with instructions. I always have done. And I should have told them from the beginning. And things would have been different. So in this context, yes. When it comes to work, when it comes to things you have to do, volunteering or you're working, and if you're similar to me, like you struggle with instructions, just be honest and say, I am doing my best, I will do my best, I promise you that, but I struggle with instructions. Things don't process like normal people. Just be honest. I've done that before in jobs. I've said, look, I struggle with instructions. Just please be patient. I'm trying my best. And they see you trying your best, they'll be fine about it. Worst comes to worst, your boss is a knob. Right, fuck you. I'm leaving. But just be honest about your disabilities, your things you struggle with in the work environment, let's say. When it comes to social situations, so let's say you're with some people you don't really know, you've just met and you're getting along nicely. I don't think they need to know that. They don't need to know that you may be autistic or you're ADHD. They don't need to know. You don't need to bring it up. You don't need to tell people. I don't tell people these days that I'm autistic. I used to a lot, but I don't think it's necessary. But it's not necessary. Unless someone else says, oh, I'm a bit neurospicy, I'm a bit ADHD, I'm a bit autistic. If they do it, then you can do it. Then you can say, oh yeah, me too. And you can actually bond quite well. But I've bonded very well with a lot of people who are on the spectrum. So when they do it, then yeah, you can do it. So yeah, me too. But in a general social scenario, don't tell people that, oh, I'm autistic, I'm ADHD. Just don't tell people that. There is no need. There's just a risk that it's going to be awkward. That's just a fact. It's going to be awkward. Oh, okay. Why are you telling us? So in certain scenarios, like with work, tell people your struggles. If you struggle with instructions, tell people. Tell people. So it avoids all misunderstandings of people thinking that you just don't care, that you're just half-hearted doing work. Oh, I can't bother to do that bit. Where in reality, you just missed that bit because your brain hasn't processed it. So if you struggle with instructions, tell people. I can't emphasize that enough. If I'd have told Oleg and Ola back in Norway 2 years ago that I struggled with instructions, things would have been different and I've had a wonderful experience there. But no, I fucked the experience up. Alright, Oleg shouldn't have shouted at me. He didn't handle that well, but I also didn't handle the instruction side well. I didn't tell people that I struggle with instructions. Not the most lightest video, I know this video is a bit serious, the whole experience I had in Norway. But I think some things like this need to be said. And if you're like me and you struggle with instructions or you struggle with something else, tell your employer, tell your boss, tell your manager, just tell them. Because it saves you a lot of bullshit. People mistreating you. Because all they think is that you don't give a shit. But I know you do give a shit. You just struggle. So tell people your struggles. In a social situation, no need to tell people that you could be autistic or ADHD. No need to tell them. Unless someone else is ADHD and they bring it up, then yeah, you can bond over that and have a great conversation. But in the work environment, if you struggle with instructions or anything like that, tell them. Be honest. And I'm sorry this video is a bit intense. It's not the most serious video. Next video I make will be a bit less intense. I'll try. So if you're new here and you've made it this far, then clearly you're interested in this kind of content. So do hit subscribe. And if you've got a similar experience, let me know in the comments. Let other people know in the comments. They can read it. I can read it. It's a win-win for everyone. So do consider writing a comment. Thanks for watching.